All right, well, thank you, Justin. It's going to be a steamy show, and here too today we've got an artist approach for you all. And let's just say I think we are barking up the right tree this afternoon. We have Jim Cairns, creator of Glencairn Creations here. How are you?
I'm terrific, and thank you very much for inviting me in today. I'm excited. This
you have to thank your brother. Your brother was the one telling us all about you.
I'll take it out on him later.
Oh, but take a look. I clearly see why. And especially ahead of this weekend's Red Cedar Jubilee in Williamston. Of course, you can see Jim there.
Yes.
But he's here today on Studio 10. So you have to tell us, you are the creator of this woodworking and custom art studio that you told me this was a project you started when you were retired. Now it's a full-fledged business. You got to walk us through that journey.
It's gotten really, really busy for me. I've retired from my regular day job. I was an on-the-road salesman for 40 years.
Really?
In the petroleum business. But I've always been I've always had a love for artwork and for woodworking.
Yeah.
And so when the opportunity came to start my own shop, I got right to it and started making things.
Yeah, got right to it. And
Yep.
take a look at the masterpieces that you have created with your hands. So you have to tell me, if there's any way you can, what are your favorite creations to date?
I like to do wood turnings. I have several different types of wood turnings here, everything from little bowls, boxes, I call them turned boxes.
Okay.
I've got ornaments for Christmas time for your Christmas tree. That's all made from wood. Some kitchen utensils, salt and pepper grinders.
A salt and pepper grinder. Can I tell you, I've been on the lookout for one of these.
Yeah.
And look at this. Look at all the detail
Antique
that you've
style,
created with this. Yeah, that antique style. So you have to tell me.
I think that one's made from ash wood. Pretty sure that's ash or hickory, one or the other. It's probably ash.
How awesome.
Yeah.
Now tell me, when you are creating this, what does the process look like? I know you do custom, but how do you actually draw out, if you do, what you're going to create?
Well, the first thing you do is have an idea, and then it's a matter of laying out your idea on a piece of paper.
Okay.
I have some dimensions I have to work by with some of these items, and you draw it out, and then you follow some instructions and start turning on the lathe.
Start turning on the lathe. Okay, well, look at that. Now, how long does it take to make a few of these?
A grinder like that's probably a 2-hour process. You have to let glue sit up overnight, but a 2-hour process to do the woodworking. Some of these pens I make, these are also made on the lathe. Really nice custom handmade pens.
Now, tell me, what is a lathe?
Oh, a lathe is a machine. It's a floor-mounted machine. It's got a motor on one end that turns, and a spindle at the other end, and you put the workpiece in between the motor and the spindle, and it turns, and you just take your tool in there and get to work on it.
Okay, you say it just turns like it is so easy, but clearly
it turns fast.
It turns fast, but it took you time to learn how to create some of these masterpieces that you have here. So for people who are trying to do something like this, or they want to take their passion project just like you to another level, what is that process of trial and error? What advice do you have for them? You
have to have love for what you're doing. I mean, that's really the key thing. If you love what you're doing, you're gonna have success. You know, so I love what I'm doing, and it's hopefully it shows up in the work that I do.
Oh, it definitely does. Can I tell you, I love this right here, and I think I'm going to take the salt and pepper grinder after.
Oh, they really work.
Yeah, they do. So, and like you said, when you have the love behind it, you keep learning. Chew on top of that.
That's right.
What are some things that you've learned throughout this process?
Well, the newest project I've been working on is doing wood burnings, and all these items are done on the wood with a wood burner. I just find myself a photograph of usually from a nature calendar or something to that effect, and then I'll take that model and use my wood burner and try to recreate it on a piece of this is usually just birch wood.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Those are pretty nice.
Yeah.
This is hand painted. This is the sign for my little company, and this is hand painted, and that's done on a old piece of recycled. It was a back porch patio deck at one time, but then it's been reclaimed and made into a sign. So
look at that, remodeled, refurbished, and it's made to something so beautiful. So of course, Jim, we can see you this weekend at the Red Cedar Jubilee in Williamston. But if somebody wants to talk to you more, one-on-one, either for a creation or just to get some words of wisdom, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, I've got a Facebook page, and you can find it at Glencairn Creations. And also, I do several different craft shows around the greater Lansing area, especially in Mason. I'll be at St. John's for the Mint Festival.
Okay.
And
there we
yeah.
go. And we have your email there as well. So thank you so
Email.
much today for giving us that artist approach.
I appreciate the time. Thank you very much, Rochelle.
Of course.
Thank you.
And coming up next.